I'm joined by the Managing Director and Chief Executive Officer of Max Life Insurance, Prashant Tripathy. Thank you so much, Prashant, for taking the time. I want to start by asking, what was the genesis of the idea? Why did you think of doing this study, and what did you hope to find out?
Thank you very much for having me here. As you know, for last 3 years, we have been doing another study around figuring out how protected India feels through a study called India Protection Quotient. And in the same vein, we just thought it will also be very important to look at another segment, the retirement segment, because while protection is about here and now and the risk of death in near term, I think there's another risk that looms, which is about risk of living longer, which is the retirement segment. And we just thought we will explore that domain also, because in our role, while it is important to be selling life insurance policy, it is also about bringing insights. It is also about creating awareness and giving thoughts to people. So we actually started this very ambitious study called India Retirement Index Study, which we hope to continue year on year so that we are able to track progress around awareness and hence propensity to buying more retirement products.
Okay, so this is the maiden issue, and were people looking forward to retirement? What is the ambit? You asked people across the country, I believe. What did you find out, Prashant?
Yes, so we went to about 28 cities, and we spoke to about more than 1,800 people, so very, very representative sample. We went to Sec A and B segment, and we talked to people from age 35 to 60, which means just about a very large segment. The first question was, what is the feeling about retiring? I mean, do you feel positive or do you feel negative? And our finding is about 2/3 people feel positive about retiring because they feel that they will be able to spend time with their family, they will have relaxed life, etc. About 1/3 feeling not so happy because they feel they will be lonely or they will have health issues, that they will be earning issues and stuff like that. So really, that was our first question. And about 2/3 people are positively predisposed towards the theme of retirement.
You know, I'm actually curious, Prashant, and maybe your following reports can look at this, what people that are just about entering the workforce think about retirement, because they're a completely different generation, and I think a lot of them are looking to retire very, very early, much earlier than perhaps even I would want to think of retiring. But let's also talk about the other section, which deals with the emotional preparedness for retirement. This is now something that is a little bit of a nuanced discussion. How did you broach this, and what did you find out?
Yes, so let me just explain to you first how we looked at this index, which is the retirement index. And we broke it into basically 3 parts. The first one is about health preparedness index, which means how prepared will you be from a health perspective, then financial preparedness, and then the third one was emotional preparedness. We kind of broke it down in 3 components, and we interviewed people against all these 3 elements. And before I jumped into the emotional part, let me just say the overall retirement index is 44 on a scale of 1 to 100. Coming to your specific question on preparedness with respect to emotions, we found that India in general, from an emotion perspective, believes that they are most prepared of the 3 segments that I just talked about, which are health, financial, and emotional. People are emotionally more prepared. And the emotional strength perhaps is coming out of the family bonding. Most people, about 80%, more than 80% people felt that after retirement, they will be living with their children, certainly, or maybe. So there is a desire to be living in an extended family. And that really gives the strength of emotional well-being, emotional strength. However, when we started to dig deeper, we found that about 2/3 of them currently live in in nuclear families. So while people are in nuclear families, their desire is to live with their children. So that's really a very nuanced thing. But we found that maybe out of COVID experience, where most of the family came together, there is a great bond that we saw being generated, which gave a sense of emotional preparedness in the minds of customers.
Understood. You mentioned that health is also something that you covered, and it's interesting because we were just talking about the need for health insurance in the last segment of this program, and I think it would be safe to say that a large proportion of the working population as well in this country, Prashant, is not adequately covered, even if they are covered. What was it that you found out in this study as far as the preparedness to take care of that aspect of life is concerned?
So basically, when we started to ask deeper question, and you will see that both in health as well as in financial, I think because that event is far away, and we talk to people who are 35 to 60, so that event of retirement is far away, there is increased sense of complacency, or perhaps people thinking that it will all fall in place. But when we started to ask about how you are preparing for it, there was a big gap. So let me just talk about health. When we asked people about how they will be once they retire, about 80%, more than 80% people felt that they will be healthy. But when we ask them whether they are exercising today regularly, because that may be a big input towards being healthy when they retire, 70% of the people are not exercising. So it's like, I'm not doing anything, but I feel I'll be healthy. That's really not a great hope. The second question we ask is, are you doing your tests regularly, your health checkups? And about more than 40% people have not done any health checkup in last 3 years. So while there is the sense that I'll be healthy, the effort that goes towards being healthy is not, found to be happening. So in a way, there's this belief, but whether or not it will play out is questionable.
Interesting. And I think the last point which I wanted to cover with you, which is something that you asked in terms of does India understand the financial requirements for a secured retirement life? And this is interesting because, Prashant, we deal with this on a daily basis and we're trying to educate people. What did you find out? What did you ask them? And what did the results throw up?
So again, similar to health question, most of the people understood the need for saving for retirement, but only 1/4 have started to save. So, the first thing is people know about 80% people think that it is important to be saving for retirement. Only 1/4 are saving. We asked this question of people who are more than 50 years of age, saying, what do you think are your worries? They said, our worry is we didn't start early enough to be prepared. So we didn't save early enough in our lives. And as a result of this, about 56% of the people we surveyed felt that their savings on retirement will last less than 10 years. Now, as mortality rates are going down and average life expectancy increases, 10 years may not be good enough. So people should be starting to save earlier, which they are not, and should be saving much more. There is also this sense that when I retire, my children and my family wealth will be enough to take care. Again, not a very strong way to think about retirement. About 67% people thought that insurance products are the best tools for saving for retirement, and being a life insurance company, that's really very positive news. But only 40% of the people own any life insurance policy towards retirement. So there's a big gap between where they need to be and where they are today. And that was the purpose of the survey, to highlight that India should be starting early, should be saving more, and should be more prepared towards really enjoying their retirement. 2/3 of our population feel very good about it. And to be a great retirement, you need to have great health, you need to be emotionally secured, and more than anything else, you need to have enough money to be enjoying your retired life.
Absolutely. Prashant, that indeed galvanizes us here as well on this program to educate as many people as we possibly can. Thank you so much for joining in and for sharing the insights of that first report. I'm already looking forward to the results of the second one. Hopefully it throws up better results.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having me.
All right. Now let's talk about the latest data that has come in from the AMFI, which is the Association of Mutual Funds in India.